Here are all the things that I wish I knew when I was going through insomnia for 7 years. Number 1. It makes perfect sense that the drugs and the sleep hygiene that you're practicing isn't getting you the sleep that you want. It doesn't mean that you're exceptionally broken. And no, it doesn't mean that you have yet to find the perfect chemical cocktail that would make sleep happen. People think that if all of the supplements and drugs and sleep hygiene stuff that you're practicing isn't getting you the results that you want, then therefore that must mean that your situation is exceptionally difficult or hopeless. It doesn't mean that at all. All it means is that you've been accidentally exacerbating the problem. Number 2. Medical experts were not nearly as helpful as I would have thought they were, or hoped for, but that's okay. I am not anti-doctor or anti-medicine by any means. When I was going through insomnia, I went to 2 primary care physicians and a sleep physician. Ultimately, they were not as helpful as I would have thought or hoped. The sleep physician was actually the least helpful out of all of them. And my story is far from a unique one. In fact, it is extremely common for people suffering from insomnia to have the same story, but that's okay. There are more effective ways of dealing with insomnia, but for whatever reason, medical professionals just aren't familiar with them yet. And I understand this because there's so much medical literature that they have to stay on top of. It's just really hard for someone like you watching this to believe that the highest possible authority, meaning medical doctors, especially sleep doctors, would pale in comparison to some guy on YouTube who has like 300 subscribers or something like that. This isn't hypothetical. This is exactly what I went through. Number 3. Insomnia is not something that you will have to actively manage your whole life. This is something that I think the insomnia coaching world isn't making very clear. I think this is an incredibly underutilized message. Once you start approaching sleep the correct way, insomnia is not going to be there forever. I believe that once you start approaching insomnia properly, then recovery is not only possible or even likely, but inevitable. Number 4, sign up with an insomnia coach sooner. I know I'm biased and I'm sure this is gonna feel like an ad. I would recommend that you sign up with one. If you are my friend or family member suffering from insomnia, this is what I would tell you to do. And if you don't want to work with me, that's fine, but find someone to work with. I cannot recommend this enough. Just make sure that you trust them. That's partly why insomnia coaches put out so much free content so you guys can get a sense of us and go, hey, I like the cut of this guy's jib. I could talk to him about my sleep stuff. Number 5, anxious thoughts around sleep are not nearly as harmful as you think. They aren't causing your insomnia nearly as much as you think. Your mind is going to be a mind and create those thoughts. That's not the problem. The problem is when you engage with those thoughts, when you decide to entertain those thoughts and decide to cave in and Google more supplements to take or look up the ideal circadian rhythm time. Number 6, you don't have to do anything perfectly in order to get sleep. When we are suffering from insomnia, we can get the sense that sleep is like this balancing act where we need to be absolutely tip-top perfect on top of our game in order for sleep to happen. Like this is the thing, like it's this thing that has to be actively maintained throughout the day. No, that's not the case. Number 7, athletes, you can still perform really well. You can still progress in your sport even with insomnia. You're not wasting your training. Does training suck when you're sleep deprived? Yes, sure, but that's okay. You can handle it because you care enough about your sport to do it anyway. And again, insomnia is not a permanent condition. This is something that I believe anyone can overcome. Alright guys, that was the list of 7 things that I wish I knew when I was going through insomnia. Here at Insomnia to Peace, I provide coaching services to help you overcome insomnia for good. Hey there, if you're an athlete with insomnia, I've made the only insomnia program that you will ever need. The Path to Peace program. The first and only insomnia program dedicated specifically to helping athletes. We've got a curated video curriculum, a Slack channel for insomnia support, group coaching sessions twice a week. Whether you're trying to put a ball in a hoop or judo throw someone, I've got your back. And if you're not an athlete, that's okay too. This program works great for everyone. Click on the link in the description below and let's get you started on the path to peace.